Hello everybody, my name is Sadie and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Episode 15, I think, right? Or I forgot, but yeah, so as I said, I was supposed to only shoot 3 episodes today, but following last time's events, yeah, end of Whisper Touch, I had to, I was too curious, so here we are. Aniko stands in the middle of her room and looks straight at me. It's unnerving when she does this, as it's such an unusual action for her. I open my mouth to speak, but she preempts me. Could you close and lock the door? Nico's hand reaches for her chest, grabbing her blouse at her heart. Turn and lock the door shut and freeze. The atmosphere is beginning to feel quite strange. This feeling is only made more profound when I hear the curtain being pulled behind me. It's going to be night soon. We're a guy and a girl in a bedroom. She's closing the curtains, and I'm shutting and locking the door. She can't really have that in mind, can she? I go up and turn around very, very slowly. Hanako is in the center of the room, but hasn't turned back to face me. You told me about your past, so I have to tell you mine. She takes a deep, shuddering breath and pauses for a number of seconds. Her hands move to her ribbon and begins to tug, all but confirming my thoughts. Hanako, please don't say anything. I immediately stay hushed as she slips off her ribbon and continues to unbutton her blouse. Before working the clip on her bra, she processes slow. Perhaps it just feels slow because of what she's doing, I'm not sure. Further to the spot, all I can do is watch as Hanako, hands trembling, unclips her skirt and lets it drop to the ground. Wow. Holy shit. Oh my. Finally, she takes her blouse in her hands and draws it off. Her bra is falling from her shoulder, and so Hanako stands in the middle of the room, all but bared, save for her stockings and underwear. This is me, all of me. Holy shit. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scarring on her back. The skin on her right side is of a similar texture to that of her face, but it's also stretched out and covering a much larger area. The scarring is by far the worst on the shoulder, buttock, and thigh. Just as my heart attack redefined my life, this is the event that redefined Hanako's. If I'd seen this when I first met her, I'd have been shocked, not only at the sight, but also at the idea that something like this was survivable. After having had time to get used to the idea, and after seeing the scars on her face, hands, and collar, my reaction is more measured. My reaction right now is not due to her scaring, but to her body. The fire happened when I was 8 years old. It was night and we were sleeping when it started. My voice is trembling, holy shit. Oh my god, I am trembling. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hanako's voice trembles, the shaking of her blouse giving away the fact that her hands are doing just the same. I curled up into a ball when the fire swept over me. My mother tried to shield me. That's the only reason I lived. Oh my god, this is so sad. Ah! Holy shit, this is so sad. Oh my god. Mm. Uh, uh, uh. Holy shit. Hanako's eyes begin to moisten, her voice cracking under the combined pressure of exposing herself to like this and reliving those painful memories from so long ago. I want to say something, anything to make her feel better. I can't though. I feel completely useless when faced with a situation like this. She's forcing herself to come so close, yet it's at times like this that I feel most distant to her. I'm sorry for making you see this. There's no point in denying the obvious. I think what I should say now and what Hanako wants me to say now is the truth. What I genuinely honestly believe. It doesn't matter. You're a wonderful person, Hanako. Her body doesn't change that. She looks at me for a long time, her breathing uneven as she tries to remain steady amidst the emotion we're both feeling. Feels like less like she's looking at me than she's looking through me. I slowly walk towards her and gently place my hand on her shoulder as she lets go of her blouse. She gasps a little, not in fright but in simple startlement. Being so close to her causes my mind to become a jumble of feelings. The scaring on her shoulder, plain to see and leather-like to the touch, conflicts strangely with her otherwise soft skin and silky dark hair. Hanako is a girl, with all that entails. She's taller than usual for a woman, but still has curves in all the right places. The nape of her neck, just visible thanks to her hair, slung over her shoulder, is alluring. I know that I'm not pretty, like Lilly. I just wanted you to see me, the real me. Already seen the real you, though. You didn't need to take off your clothes for that. Her lips are open just a little. She lets out a sharp breath as, without thinking, I breathlessly lean forwards and press my lips to hers? What? Just like that? Holy shit, the kiss only lasts for a fleeting moment before her face is barred. Her breathing quick and nervous, the thing of Hanaka's mouth lingers, and her eyes remain locked to mine. That's a chicken. No, that's a shrimp. Are you gonna die, bro? Don't die. He's dead. He's dead! He's fucking dead. You can't leave me on. You can't do that to me. My heart. My eyes feel heavy as they slowly open, the light from outside making me blink a bit to let them get adjusted. My body feels like lead, and my head feels just as heavy. Can someone explain me what the shrimp was supposed to fucking... Why was there a shrimp? Waking up to an unfamiliar ceiling is an uncomfortable feeling. Reminds me of the first time I awoke to the dimpled white tile ceiling of the hospital. So after spending a few seconds staring up, I realize where I am. This is Hanako's dormitory room. It feels as though my heart stopped again as the events of last night rushed through my head. Blood rushes to my cheeks as I shut my eyes once more. There's very little point to getting myself worked up this early though. So I try to push such things out of my mind for now. I roll my head to the side to see if Hanako's where she was when I drifted off to sleep. All that's there now is an empty space on the bed and the room beyond. I sluggishly sit up and rub my eyes before pinching the bridge of my nose and looking around the room. The only person here is me. I'm still bereft of my clothes and... What? Oh, so like you guys did the... You guys did that? You guys did that? No, wait, what does bereft mean? Hold on. It's gonna be bespectacled all over again. What does bereft? I need to know what bereft means. Hold on, bereft. Bereft. Oh my god. Bereft is... Yeah, okay, so okay, so literally means he doesn't have any clothes. So they did fuck, I guess. After a quick scan of the floor for them, I noticed that they're neatly folded in a corner of the room. Try as I might, I can't see any clothes anywhere. I suppose that this probably is a scene, because I'm playing the Steam version, obviously it's censored, but it's probably like in the normal version, the original version. I guess there was supposed to be a sex scene there, I assume. But yeah, try as I might, I can't see Hanako's anywhere. Taking advantage of the fact that I have some time without anyone around, I get myself dressed for the coming school day in short order, and then I'm alone. Without anything more to busy myself with, my mind becomes focused on the fact that I'm staying in another person's bedroom after we spent the night together, but there's not a single sign of her around. My gut proves to be more helpful than my brain at working out this riddle. With a loud growl, it reminds me that she may well just be getting breakfast. I would have liked to wake up next to her, but maybe it's a good thing that I have a few moments alone. Hanako's room, as always, is quite bleak in appearance. There are precious few decorations and practically no personal artifacts that aren't hidden away in cupboards and drawers. She's lived here for 3 years, but the room looks as if it's barely been occupied for a single day. Shouldn't overthink this, she might just like living this way, as some do. Having the ability to put such low stock in physical possessions does have its advantages, but even so it feels a little disconcerting given her past. She said she viewed herself as having had her life on hold while at the orphanage. She suddenly lives as if she still does, but after what happened last night, it's really hard to imagine that she still thinks that way. The sound of the door handle cracks through my thoughts, and I turn to face it. Sure enough, Hanako comes through and shuts the door behind her. She has what seems to be two microwaved instant meals in her hands, so this is a little difficult. Good morning, Hanako. Morning. She gives a little bow before making her way to her desk, setting down both plates. I can now see them to be small satay dishes, their contents steaming with a fork stuck inside the rice of each. I give thanks to her for bringing them in, and we each take one and get down to eating. She sits on her desk chair while I sit on the side of the bed. I don't like talking while eating, so the silence between us isn't annoying in and of itself. It's the fact that it only exists because we don't quite know what to say to each other that's off-putting. Hanako glances towards me every so often as she eats. I only notice her doing so because I'm doing just the same thing. We're eating together as if we were a couple. We even had sex last night. Okay, so that confirms it. A first for the both of us. Something feels wrong though. So the shrimp was like a sensor? Maybe that's why we can't say even a word to each other as we finish our plates and leave them in the sink. Maybe that's why we leave in Nako's room without holding hands or making small talk. Maybe that's why it feels as if we're further apart than we've ever been before. We enter the classroom together, neither of us so much as glancing at each other. Just after we do so, I realize that this may have been a mistake. Shizune lifts her eyebrow at the sight, her suspicion raised. We reach the center aisle between the classroom's desks and look to each other. I'm not sure what I should say. Does she want me to address her as a girlfriend? I didn't think a relationship with... Oh, that's why this feels so strange. See you. Okay. Awkwardly hold up a hand as we part and take our seats at our respective desks. Can't even look back to her out of embarrassment. I feel like the gulf between Hanako and me is because of me. Just fucking... Oh. Are you okay? Shizune begins to make her way towards me, but then Muto enters the room. Thankful for his arrival being so well timed, drawing Shizune and her questioning away to wait for another time. I wouldn't have been able to answer her anyway. I like Hanako, but I've never told her what my feelings for her are. Hanako never said she saw me as anything beyond a friend either, yet despite that we slept together. The bell to signal the beginning of lunch rings out. Muto is taken a little off guard, his chemistry lecture being cut off mid-sentence, much to his chagrin. For the entirety of the class, his rambling has passed through one ear and out the other as my mind mulls over the question of Hanako. I can't get her out of my mind, and by now I've managed to wind myself up about it. I realized that she never said yes to what we did. She didn't say no either, but would she have been able to? She's extremely submissive at the best of times, and no doubt it took her gargantuan effort to show me her scarring. I decided to try and at least make conversation with her. That'll be better than the monosyllabic communication that's been the most we've managed between each other so far today. I walk to her desk, intending to chat, but she awkwardly blushes and looks down, even before I've come up to her. Take a breath to speak, but find myself lost for words. What word should I say to her? Hearing approaching footsteps, I turn to see Shizune and Misha already making their way towards us, no doubt with the intent to start asking troublesome things. A couple of other classmates are looking at us and gossiping between themselves as they throw sidelong glances. Must also have noticed Hanako and me coming in together earlier. Open my mouth to reassure Hanako, but she preempts me. I, 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 I've got to do something! She gets out of her chair and dashes for the door. A couple of the books and pens that were on her desk and sent falling to the floor in her rush. Not many people seem to care about this event. A few look around to see what all the fuss is about, but go back to what they were previously doing soon after. I'm left despairingly looking at the door that Hanako disappeared out of. The idea of running after her passes through my mind, but I'm fairly sure that Hanako can run faster than I can. Besides, what would I say to her once I caught up anyway? Eventually, I simply crouch down and begin picking up the items that have fallen to the ground from her desk. Fell low in every way, reduced to this as students pass by me on their way out of the room. Feel a tap on my shoulder. I look up to see Shizune and Misha looking at me, curiosity about the situation written on their faces, mixed with a slightly apologetic look at the idea that they were partially responsible for what just happened. Hey Chan, if we can help at all. I just shake my head, as this doesn't matter for them, and from Shizune's expression and the tone of Misha's voice, think they know the same thing. Shizune acknowledges my response and gives a solemn bow before making her way out of the room. Misha soon follows her out, obediently following her role in Shizune's shadows. I pick myself up, books and pens in hand, and place them inside Hanako's desk. With the classroom now empty, I end up just leaning against her desk and thinking to myself in silence. Feels like there's a complete emotional disconnect between Hanako and me. We haven't known each other for all that long, and despite wanting to start going out with her, I really don't know that much about how Hanako views things. I'm studying as hard as I can for exams, but I still don't feel like I have any real sense of direction behind it. I tried to be a friend to Hanako, even if I couldn't tell her my feelings, and all we've done is drive each other apart. I couldn't even write a letter back to the one girl who ever loved me, Iwanako. What should I do? What can I do? Simply don't know the answer to either of those questions. I do know that nobody else can help me with them. Just going back to the way things were would be enough to make me happy, but I know that it can never happen. Something changed between us last night. Maybe it changed beforehand, and it just came to a head then. I know that there's a wall that Hanako is between me and her. I've been hitting that wall every time I've tried to interact with her or on any level. But now I'm beginning to think that I have my own wall between us just as much as she does. She had to practically drag my past out of me, and mine was much less traumatic than hers. I'll just say it's because I haven't had long to adjust since my heart attack, but I know full well that it would just be an excuse. The one time I can recall when it really felt like she was opening up to me of her own accord when we were playing billiards in the city. I was the one who stopped her from going further. I want to know Hanako better. I want to save our friendship, if not be in a real relationship with her. My mind begins to tick as I sit against her desk, thinking to myself in the empty classroom that we've spent so much time in together. I have to talk to Hanako. I pace around in the park, feelings of anxiety rolling over me. Every so often, I reach into my pocket to take out my phone, but each and every time I hesitate, I ends up slipping it back in. If this were any normal situation, I wouldn't be cutting classes. Fortunately, it isn't, and so I find myself in the town below the school at 2 in the afternoon. Ever since I met Hanako, I've been the one to initiate everything between us, the one that started conversations, went to her wherever she was, that suggested what we should do. Today, this once, I don't want to be the only one doing that. My hand dives into my pocket once more. This time, I quickly navigate to the texting menu before I have a chance to change my mind again. Hanako, if you want to talk, I'll be at the park in town for a while. Fighting a last measure of doubt, I thumb in my message to Hanako and press the button to send it. And now, I wait. My part in this has been fulfilled. What needs to happen now is for Hanako to make the decision. It will be meaningless for me to drag her here. She needs to decide for herself whether she wants to meet me. The apple juice from the vending machine tastes awfully bitter as I swill it down. My grip on the can has caused it to dent slightly in the middle. I shouldn't be this tense, but it's probably inevitable. Hanako is dear to me. What happened in the last couple of days has put a lot of pressure on both of us. The idea of losing all the progress we've made in coming closer to one another and losing our friendship as a whole is deeply unsettling. But even then, I still don't really know how close we are. We may have had sex, but before that, all I knew us to be was friends. Maybe we are more than that, but if so, I never realized it. Maybe that's why I feel so uneasy right now. I don't understand Hanako, despite all the time we've spent together. The minutes are ticking by, and I still have no idea whether she'll show up. Hisao? I pause for a moment, almost not believing that I'm hearing the voice I am hearing, drop the can and stand up with a start. Hanako? We look at each other for a few seconds before Hanako becomes too embarrassed to maintain eye contact and begins to nervously fiddle with the roughly cut lock of hair covering the side of her face. When I went to see Hanako in her room by myself after her breakdown, I had no idea what to say. That was fine then. All either of us wanted was each other's presence. Now though, I feel like I need to talk to her directly. I want to break down this wall between us before it forces us apart for good. Hanako, what we did that night, how should I interpret that? Hanako stops playing with her hair and looks at me, her head cast slightly downwards. She looks ashamed, which is probably a good mirror of how I would look now if I weren't so concerned. I thought you might eventually go away if I was only someone you needed to protect. Innocence. I thought that if I let you do that, you might see me as someone more than that. My first reaction is disbelief, but I did do it with her, after all. I had plenty of opportunities where I could have stopped things, stepped back, and questioned what we were doing. In the end, though, I didn't. Horrible feeling rises in the pit of my stomach. She offered herself to me because of what she thought I wanted, and now it feels like I took advantage of her. She may have been willing, but only under false premises. I've never been good at hiding my emotions from physically showing, and now is no different. Hanako looks down once more, a strange mixture of depression, regret, and sickness written to her face. Thick silence hangs in the air, save for the breeze blowing through the trees around us. I knew you couldn't look at me that way. Hanako's words are said in little more than a whisper, seemingly directed just as much as hers. In what way? What do you mean? No, don't say that. I ever was to you was a useless person, just someone to protect, someone like a child. I wanted to be more to you than that, but after so long I got used to it. The tone of her voice isn't like any I've heard her use before. She sounds disgusted. Not me, but at herself. After I came out of my room, I saw that you had started drifting away. I felt like I was going to lose you because you wanted somebody you could have that kind of relationship with. You were more quiet and cold than before, and you were getting on so well with Yuko. I thought that I might lose you. I thought I was bored of her because I wanted a romantic relationship. But we're friends, right? I wouldn't just abandon you like that, even if what you're saying was true. Friendship was something I thought I'd given up on. I stopped believing in others after what happened after the accident. Before the accident happened, I got on well with people and other children. I didn't have many friends, but I didn't mind because I treasured the ones that I had. Afterwards, though, I was called names by the others and teased a lot. Hurts really deeply. The teachers tried to help, but they couldn't do much, and even many of them recoiled just at the sight of me. Among those calling me names and teasing me were the ones that I thought were my closest friends. From then on, I believed that it didn't matter if nobody else acknowledged me. All my existence ever did was make people troubled after all. It was easier if I just didn't exist. But after me and Lilly and then you, tried, but I couldn't make myself think that way again. All that time she didn't trust me. Oh, no, that's me. All that time she didn't trust me. She thought just like everyone else in her life had that she was worthless, someone to throw away once I got bored of being with her. That hurts. That's the one kind of person I never ever wanted to be seen as. because I know better than most just how horrible it feels to be thrown away by those who I thought liked me. She's cracking from the memories she's bringing up. I feel useless, completely unable to console her. In a strange way, though, I'm always thankful that she's allowing me to know this. The wall between us is going away, even if it hurts so badly to bring it down. Hanako, if you just told me. Was I wrong? Of course she wasn't. Hanako wasn't wrong. It's difficult to force myself to admit this, but I know trying to deny it is pointless. To me and to Lilly, she was someone we tried to protect. She had become to me what I'd become to my friends after my heart attack, a broken person. I liked her, possibly even loved her, but I never acted on that precisely because I thought she was so fragile. I mean, I don't look at you that way now. I got worried about you after what happened to you in class, and I thought I should try to protect you. When you locked yourself in your room, though, I got afraid. I thought you were rejecting me, and it forced me to think a lot about a different thing. I wasn't rejecting you, she blurts it out with an almost scared tone to her voice, taking me off guard. She quickly becomes embarrassed by our outburst before clenching her fists and working through what she wants to say in her mind. I wouldn't ever do that. Not to you. Even though I was scared, even though I tried to push you away, you still tried to get closer to me. I locked myself away because I was just a burden to you, to Lilly, to everyone. Every birthday was the same. Everyone doing their best to pretend that I mattered. Everyone pretending everything was alright. That one day of the year. I didn't want to exist, but they wouldn't let me. Even after meeting Lilly, everything was the same. I was as useless as I'd always been, unable to do anything for her, or for myself. I want to be the same way to you. That's heavy. That's heavy. Oh god. Lilly and I were completely wrong. From what she has said, everything we did for her would have only made her feel worse. Even what little I thought I had right about her was a complete misjudgment. After you locked yourself in your room, I decided to try to work out my past as well and sort out my future. I don't know how to deal with the things I lost by coming to Yamaku, so I was trying to sort them out myself. I thought it would help us become better friends if I did that. Silence hangs in the air again. I tried to keep looking at her, but I can't. I feel really low, and though I want to apologize, I don't know how I possibly could. I hear her take a deep breath and only look back to her after hearing her drop to the ground. No, 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 no! The sound of her crying breaks my heart. I know I'm responsible for this, and I know that I can't do anything to help her. If Hanako feels ashamed, then I feel all the more so. I rush to her as tears continue to roll down her cheeks, unabated, wrapping my arms around her. I don't care about how I must look anymore. I just want to be close to her right now. I'm sorry, Asao. I've messed up everything. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm the one that should be sorry. I was meddling around behind your back, and I never told you anything. I can feel my grip tightening on the neck as my vision blurs. I can't be bothered trying to hold back now. I have to force my words out as a lump begins to stick in my throat. To tell you the truth, Hanako, I was scared. For the first time since my heart attack, I was really scared. Asao? I lost so much when I came to Yamaku. I was depending on you more than I ever thought I did. Even now, I still have that hole inside me. After losing my entire life, and everyone I know, the thought of losing you as well. But I'm just a useless... You're my friend, Hanako! You're more than that. I love you, Hanako. I love you so much that the thought of losing you frightened me so much. This is bad. I'm really letting all of this out. I can't bring myself to look at her face right now. I'm sorry, Asao. I can't help feeling a bit happy for so long. That's what I wanted to hear. The last of the floodgates break, the sound of her crying permeating the air as her body jerks against mine. We hold each other tightly, connected more closely than ever in our shared grief and our shared happiness. We know how things are going to be like after this. Right now, though, I don't care. There's no other person in the world that either of us could possibly share these memories and emotions with. Nobody. After dropping the dirtied can into a bin next to the bench, I take a seat beside Hanako. She puts away the handkerchief I gave her to clean herself up, which hasn't helped much. Then again, I doubt if I look much more presentable. Even now, I feel emptied and a bit embarrassed after letting my emotions out in public like that. It's not a bad sensation, but I think Hanako feels the same way too. Have you calmed down a bit? Yes, thank you. For a while, we just sit and take our time before talking again to one another. We both need a little time to collect ourselves. The weather is nice at this time of year. Yeah, it is. Close my eyes for a moment, relishing the feeling of the sun's heat and the cool breeze against my face. The weather really is nice today. Really, really nice. You know, I I don't really want to go back to classes right now. Do you? She shakes her head as she finishes wiping her eyes with her cuff. The small smile she gives is nice, and it's a reminder of how earnest it can be. Smiling for other people might be a completely normal everyday thing. For Hanako, though, she smiles so rarely and so sincerely that each and every time she does it, I feel a sense of relief and happiness. I'm sorry for everything. It's okay, I think we both have a bit to be sorry for. I know that I'm too shy. I know you don't want to be me to be. I don't think I can. You can change, Hanako. I know that because even in the time I've known you, you've already changed. To be honest, just being able to sit here and talk to you like this means that you've changed a lot since we first met. But I can't be like that for anyone else. I don't have any plans for after school ends either. Hanako's confidence begins to slide down again, but I think that now I can finally talk to her as an equal. I can do it because I know that we're just the same in so many ways. Just give yourself time, and I think you'll be able to achieve what you want. No, I'm sure that you'll be able to do it. I can see you've been trying, and I have faith in you. And you can depend on me if you feel like you need someone to support you, you know? But I can't ask that of you! You can, because that's exactly what I'm asking of you. I'm going through the same thing, you know? It's called love. Hanako smiles before I get off the bench and dust myself off. She does the same in short measure. I'm kinda hungry. Wanna grab something to eat? She nods vigorously. The way she's smiling, the way she's acting, even just the general air she gives off, I feel as if this is the first time I've seen her genuinely happy. We both make our way onto the street, walking beside each other. Hisao? Yeah? I, I think I don't really understand you. I don't think I understand you either. I believe that's fine, though. There's not a single hint of despair in our voices. Our understanding each other is only natural. The walls we set up between ourselves couldn't possibly be broken down in a single day. But that's fine, as long as we take it day by day and try to understand one another. I think everything will be okay. As we walk down the street, though, Hanako's eyes flick to my face and back to the street repeatedly. Is something on your mind? You look restless. She slows before stopping completely. When I turn to meet her, she takes a long, deep breath, looking at my face intently. This expression, I saw it once before in her face, just once, when I accidentally surprised her in her room. I, I think I have something I need to give you. What is it? I don't need to be evasive about it. I wanted to give you this for a long time, but now that I need to, it's too embarrassing. Don't worry, I'll accept it, whatever it is. She gives a sweet, bashful smile before taking my shoulder in her hand. Then please, accept my first gift to you, Isao. Hanako? What? Holy shit! Oh my god. shit. What the hell? Oh my god! Oh. Wow. I, I don't even know what to say. What a fucking adventure this game was, man. Holy shit. This game feels like therapy. Honestly, it feels like going to therapy. It feels like this game was made by a bunch of therapists. I don't know what to say. The very, very amazing romantic arc, amazing character writing, amazing story. This makes me want to go through every other endings, because yes, if you haven't understood already, there's an ending for Emmy, Rin, Lilly, and Shizune. Besides Hanako's, with like entire acts as well. Like beside Act 1, all other acts of every other girls is different. It's different. That is crazy. That is crazy. That's immaculate, you know, game length for visual novel. Like, just for this road, like just for this route, it's around 10 hours, 11 hours. Even 12. Let's say 11 to 12 hours. If we add the Act 1, so we could get rid of like at least 4 or 5 hours, I think, because Act 1 was really, really big. Really was to set the, you know, the scene. So it's like, for every girl route, might as well be 5 to 7 hours. So like, that's like, that can add up to like between 20 and 30 hours. And that's really, really good for like a, I was gonna say a non-anti-visual novel, but it kinda is. I'm just playing the non-anti version. So like the free, like the -18 version, if that makes sense. So not the, anyway, that's really good quality of life for a visual novel. It's not like just, you know, it's not just like porn to be porn. I mean, we didn't get to see the porn, obviously, but if we saw it, that wouldn't have been just porn to be porn. And see, there's like one. So you're not playing this game for the porn, is what I mean. Like most of porn games, you play for the porn. Here, it's not the case at all. Or if you do, I don't understand you, because this game is so refreshing in the visual novel genre. jeez. Um, so I've been made aware also that every character has, I think, at least two different endings. At least like either a good or bad ending. I think Hanako's has three endings: the good that we just had, the neutral that we can get, and the bad that we also can get. So since I see that we are only 40 minutes into the recording, I think I'm gonna allow myself to discover what the other endings have to offer. Alright, so effectively, obviously I looked it up because, I mean, I assumed it was the way to do it because it felt like it when I was playing it. To get to the neutral ending, instead of agreeing with Lilly, I have to trust my own judgment and see where it takes us. I listen carefully to what Lilly has to say, but also if you want to, I mean, if you watch this Let's Play, obviously you know where this ties in, but if you want to know where what the agree with Lilly path is, just go back one or two episodes. Anyway, I listen carefully to what Lilly has to say, but I can't bring myself to agree with her. I want to be with Hanako more. I want to be a better friend to her, to support her when she needs support, and to be there when she most needs people. I think that now is one of those times. The memory of the store owner we met in town together still puts me off. Anyone who takes even the slightest glance at Hanako ends up staring, and to fault them for it would be completely hypocritical, given my own reaction. I don't like my own scarring either, but at least I can cover it up with something as simple as a shirt. I can't imagine a life where every day would be spent trying to hide myself as much as possible. And on top of that, Hanako doesn't even have people around her that would support her no matter what she looks like. I live away from my parents, but I can still contact and visit them when I wish. I mull over the best course of action in my head and find myself trying to verbally agree with Lilly as softly and as vividly as I can. Make some small talk afterwards, but the both of us don't really have much stomach for it in the light of recent events. We say our goodbyes before I hang up. There's at least one thing I can do for Hanako. If I make this small gesture for her, I can only hope that she allows me to come that little bit closer. So talking to Lilly at the end of the school day, I sat at my desk and looked out the window, idly watching students leaving the school building. Usually they left in groups, but even when they left alone, they'd say goodbye to their friends first. It's completely normal, something that I would have missed completely had it been any other day, because it's so mundane. But it's also something Hanako has never had in the time that I've known her. As I stand outside of Hanako's door for the second time in as many days, then the fact doesn't leave my mind. I hold two plates in my hands. On each is not exactly the most hearty of meals, but I want to be sure that Hanako is at least feeding herself. May also be a way to gain a little leverage in getting her to let me in. Lilly and I have tried our best to be there for her ever since she broke down in class. I've dearly wanted to protect Hanako. Okay, so we saw what happened in the good ending, so we know that continuing on this path of trying to protect Hanako, beep, 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 not the way to go. Such a thing happening to her again, or even something worse, is something I don't want to think about. Door gets a solid series of thuds as I knock on it while carefully propping up one plate on my other arm. But Hanako will open it for me, so I can really hope it's to attract her attention. Evening, Hanako, it's just me. I paused for a moment to see if she was brown, but the fact that she doesn't isn't very surprising. Some food for the both of us. Could I come in? Or it feels like a very long time. Some muffled voices from the floor below are the only sound to be heard. I can hear the sound of bare feet on the floor coming up to the door, and I have to stifle a sigh of relief as I heard the doors like being worked. So I look at her intently. She looks up momentarily to the plate in my left hand. It's a modest curry dish I quickly made from a packet. Her eyes move to the plate in my right hand, which holds the same thing, before looking down again. Oops. As she shuffles back into her room, I realize that I haven't said a word to her. Let me follow her in sigh embarrassed by having been so wrapped up in observing her. Whenever the grey and stark atmosphere of Hanako's room feel like a reflection of her personality, voices from inside become completely inaudible, and the silence inside oppressive once I close the door. Looking to the far end of the room, I place the 2 plates on her desk, thankful that she lets me in, but as I turn to face her, I can't help having second thoughts about coming to see her. I believe Lilly was right, though looking at Hanako like this, I can only think that giving her space is the last thing we should be doing. I don't want to imagine it, but she may do something very foolish. It's just an instant meal, but it should be filling. I take a plate in my hand, offering it to her. She wordlessly takes it and sits on the side of her bed, takes a seat in her chair, and the familiar sound of eating rings in the room as we dig in with the forks that were stuck into the rice. Curried stuff tastes okay. I wouldn't expect much from a packet whose brand I didn't recognize, so it's not being horrible is at least something. Eating takes the edge off the fact that she isn't talking. Neither of us really likes to talk while we're eating, and they remind me of the lunch times we so often spent together. It's kind of nice eating together like this. She looks at me quizzically. It's at least better. It's at least a better expression than what she's been wearing so far. We've been friends mainly over sharing lunch breaks, so it's nice to go back to those times a bit. It takes for a couple of seconds, and I find myself grimacing. Did I say something wrong? Actually, she smiles and nods. I would normally be very encouraged by this, but her smile looks strange. Can't quite put my finger on why. Everything's the same as before, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. We've still got Lilly and me to help you and protect you. Oh. And once she gets back, everything would be just like she never. Oh, that's where the oh no! I got that again. Her expression remaining exactly the same as before. It feels like a different Hanako from the one I first seen when I entered her room, and it's vaguely off-putting. Oh, yo. Both of us go back to finishing off our dinners after the short exchange. Despite Hanako looking happier than before, my eyes keep flicking to her as if to reassure myself of this fact. Before long, the last of Hanako's curry is cleared. I finish the last of mine as she puts the empty plate on the desk, place my own empty plate and a used fork on top of hers. Briefly wonder what I should say, desperately wanting to avoid another awkward silence or the prospect of leaving her room after so short a time, but Hanako is the one to speak up first. I was wondering, since you're here, she quickly goes to one of her drawers and after a minute of fussing around, pulls out her chessboard. Would you like to play? This time I can't stifle the sigh of relief that escapes my lips. I hastily agree, and Hanako promptly busies herself setting up while I get off the chair and take her a seat on her bed. Once again, Hanako is willing to let me into her world with so simple a gesture as a game shared between us. Guess I was just winding myself up for no reason. After the board is laid down on the bed between us, we finish placing our respective pieces on it. For our friendship, we've never exchanged that many words. When we're like this, though, I see that perhaps we never really needed to. Just a simple book, or board, or meal between us is enough to bridge that distance. Make the first move, just as I've always done. This is the way our friendship was, and this is the way it will probably always be. Something definitely feels different about her, though, and I can't quite grasp what it is. I look at Hanako instantly, but I can't work out anything from her expression. As physically close as we may be, it feels like we're further apart than ever. Hanako is a fragile person, though, and I would never want to hurt her. That was also the way things always were, and the way things between us will probably always be. Yeah, that makes sense for a neutral ending. It's not like, I mean, there's not gonna be love. There's no music. Fine. Never gonna be any love, but not the end of the friendship. So I mean, that's what I expected for the neutral ending. But now, this is the bad ending. And the bad ending starts with this choice. Instead of going to the city, call it a day. I don't know about you, but I think I'm going to try and take a nap. My head is killing me. During my HANAKO's instant relief, I can only assume that I've guessed right. I don't think she wants to be out and about. That's so funny because it lures you into thinking that it's gonna lead to the good ending, but no. No. Wordlessly, she turns and head back through the school gates. So we'll walk all the way back to the doors together, stopping awkwardly at the spot where we need to part. Then goodbye. How about... Okay, so this is the same, right? This is the same. Okay, this is the same, so we can skip. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, no. Okay, apparently it's the right thing to do. It's okay, but it feels like it's a very different fight. Mind. Okay, I'm a little bit scared. Okay. Okay. Yep. This is a different scene. I wrapped my knuckles thrice on HANAKO's door. Like that. As expected, there is no answer. I briefly considered knocking again, but I know full well that I'd get just the same result if I did. Resting my hand on HANAKO's door handle, I try and prepare what I want to say to her. Try as I might, I can't really think of anything worth saying. I want to comfort her, yes, but I have no idea how to do that. That alone is almost enough to stop me. Told Lilly that I would, though, so I feel I have to follow through, whether I'm confident about it or not. I turn the handle downwards with a large amount of hesitation. It doesn't move far, though, due to the door being locked. HANAKO, she really has locked me out. After everything that happened between us and the time that we spent together, she shut me out completely. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just want to talk to you a bit. If you can hear me, could you unlock the door? Wait in silence, minutes passed, but eventually I heard footsteps coming to the door and the lock being worked. At least she's willing to hear me out. That's one good thing. I don't really know what to say, but I just wanted to see you. I want to make sure you're alright. Take a breath before pushing the handle down and opening the door. If she unlocked it without raising any protest, it should be fine for me to go in. Hanako is sitting on the side of her bed, her face sullen as though deep in thought. Her room is as dark as ever, and right now she seems to perfectly suit the mood it gives off. Eventually, her eyes slowly move to the door. As soon as she notices my presence, she darts off her bed and jumps to her feet, facing me straight on. Her oversized gown makes this gesture look all the more sweeping as it freely moves about her light frame. What are you? I quickly regret coming in as I look at her. She looks depressed, but there's a tinge of anger behind it, so she can make this kind of expression as well. I just wanted to check that you were alright. I thought you would be okay since you unlocked the door. Hanako opens her mouth to speak, but quickly closes it again before looking away. We stand in silence for a while before she steps back and sits down on the side of her bed, not sure whether she's frustrated with me and resigned to the fact that I'm here, or generally okay with me being in her room. Once again, I find myself completely unable to work out how she feels. It's annoying. I end up walking to her desk chair and taking a seat, at it slowly to allow her time to raise any issue she might have with me sticking around, but she doesn't say anything. All she does is stare at the ground, not moving a muscle. After sitting with my front to the chair's back, I take a better look at Hanako. She appears pale, but her cheeks look red. I'm not sure she's been eating well either, given how thin her frame looks. Though you might have said it would be better if I kept more of a distance from her, it's hard to think of that as the correct way to deal with Hanako when she looks like this. She keeps looking at the ground without a word, as if waiting for me to say something. It's entirely reasonable, thinks I'm the one who came into her room. Want to go out somewhere? Going down the hill to town might be a bit much, but we could at least go for a walk outside. Why do you want to do that? I was just thinking that it might help you a bit. You spend so much time inside, your skin's going to get as pale as Lily's before long. What? I snort as an amusement, expecting Hanako to do the same, but she gives no reaction. She goes back to looking at the ground. If you don't want to go, I don't want to go either. It's fine, I played soccer and hung out with friends after school a lot before coming to Yamaku, so I like being outdoors. Hanako shows no visible reaction. It's hard to talk to her when the discussion is so one-sided. Could go to the library if it wasn't close by about now. The gardens would be fine, though. She begins to play with her hair. It's distracting and strikes me as it's a little unusual for her. Then again, since the incident in class happened, I've been tiptoeing around her for fear of hurting her like that again. Actively trying to get her outside might be a good thing. Enforce her a bit more in the chair and give her a slightly forced smile to try and lighten the mood a little. There won't be anyone around by now, so you won't have to worry about someone getting in the way. It could be a little date or something. Oh my god, this is so awkward. Stop playing with her hair and drift a bit tighter. Hanko's mouth moves, but try as I might, I can't. Hanako, you don't understand. Even now I can barely understand what she says. Feels like she's trying to make her presence as small as possible. That's incredibly natural for her to do in class or around others, but it hurts when she tries it around me. Told you it's fine, it's just a little walk, nobody will notice us. Get out of the chair and walk towards the door, turning back to invite Hanako along. Once again, she doesn't respond at all what I say. I don't. Inside for a bit is good for cleaning your head. Why do you want to do this? Because I want to help you. I don't want help. You just come here to try and get me out? I don't mind. I think everyone needs help sometimes. When I was trying to get through my first days at Yamaku, you and Lilly helped me out a lot. Besides, I'm not exactly busy. I don't want to go. I'm fine. I don't really think it's healthy to stay indoors. Oh god damn. Leave her alone, man. A bit of exercise to help me wake up. I've got some homework to get done, and it wouldn't be good to fall asleep halfway through doing it. Then go. By myself? She nods. I'm not really against that, but are you sure? I swung by to invite you to come with me. I'm fine. You can go. On just a small walk. Please just go. I'm fine here. Hanako? I look at her face to gauge her feelings, but her expression is wooden. It was so carefully arranged that a single movement might cause it to collapse. Well, if we want to stay here, maybe we could play a game. Just leave, please. I don't want to do anything right now. Sure, there's something you want to... Oh my god. I want you to go. Come on, you don't have to be like that. I just want to spend some time with you. Leah and I are so worried, so... You talk to her? Yeah, we were on the phones just a while ago. We're both really worried about you. Mumbles to herself again, increasingly disturbing. Hanako? I'm telling you, please go away. You don't understand anything. We just had a talk. You could tell me what I don't understand. I just want to protect you. I don't really see... Get out, please! Just locking yourself... Oh my god! Okay, Hey, Sao, you had 1,000... Silence. Hanako, I just want to help you. Suddenly storms off her bed, turning to me with an expression that takes me completely off guard. Holy shit. Get out of my room! Get out of my room! Get out of my room! Hanako yells at me with such force that for the first time in a long time I feel genuinely frightened. I have no idea how to react to this, and from Hanako of all people. Leave! I'm telling you to go! But I was just trying to help you. I know I need help! I know I'm broken! I don't need you to tell me that! Never say you were broken or anything like that. It's right on your face. It's right on Lily's face. It's right on everybody's faces. I see a therapist every week. Lily dotes on me as if I were a child. And now even you. Nothing's changed. Nothing at all. I hate Lily and I hate you more than anyone. Wow. Lily didn't do anything, bro. Don't bring Lily into this. I understand for fucking Hisao. I mean, not really. Maybe it's a bit... No, I don't understand her point of view, so I can't really say that it's unjustified. I would definitely get pissed, though, if, like, Hisao was... Like, he insisted so much. I definitely understand her for being pissed. But... Holy shit. Lily didn't do anything. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what I should say or do. Go! Leave me alone! Get out of here! Take a step back, then another, and another. My retreat is only halted when I feel the door against my back. I can't fix this situation. Nothing I say would change anything now. I feel like I'm in a strange and deeply unsettling foreign world. I don't want to be here anymore. door handle fights my clumsy attempts to open the door without turning my back to Hanako. Eventually, thankfully, the handle moves downward. I open the door as fast as I can and almost leap backwards through it. As I go through, I keep my eyes on the girl in front of me. She's not broken. Hanako isn't broken. If she was broken, then I'm just as broken as she is after all that's happened to me. I only ever did the best by her, and I only ever tried to protect her as best I could. Hanako looks down, all her energy spent. Now that I've stepped out of her room, the worst of her fury is gone. But even now, I can't bring myself to argue with her. It's not just a deep shock at what she said. It feels like something else is stopping me. Something deep that makes me feel physically sick. Without a word, I slowly shut the door. The creak of the old hinges sounds almost deafening. The final thud, the wooden door closes. The Hanako that I felt I knew disappears behind it, and only faint orange slivers of light peek around the very edges. I feel numb. Without anything else to do, I begin to walk back to my dormitory room, mechanically placing one foot in front of the other, while barely registering a thing around me. My mind keeps ticking, questioning everything that I thought I knew about Hanako. And one thing is not questioned, that shutting that door brought a close to more than that single visit. Hey, I got the bad ending. Well, but the but the canon one is the good ending, so everything's fine. All right, I think this was. I mean, it is every ending of the Hanako's route. I will be honest with you. I will not be playing the other endings on this YouTube channel. Why? For various multiple reasons. First of all, it's going to be infuriatingly long. I mean, we spent like 15 episodes for one route. I mean, if you take away Act 1, it's still gonna be a lot more episodes. Because, like, I think for this Let's Play, first act ended at episode 7, I think. And that would mean that Hanako's route was like 7, 8 episodes long. So every route will take that much episode for me to. And I don't want a Let's Play that long on my channel. No way. I don't want to. I think it's a very good closure to this Let's Play. So I'm fine with not doing any of the routes on this channel though. Because I want to play them for myself. I want to... I want to play them for myself, that's for sure. I will beat this game 100%. So yeah. Second is I want to invite you guys to play the rest by yourself, for yourself, because this game is free on Steam if you want to play it censored, and it's on itch.io if you want to play it uncensored. So there you go, play it, have fun, it's free, it is free, and since you're not making a video on it, you won't have to speak 4 hours, you just have to read. And it's a very well written game, so I think that it's gonna be very... all the other routes, I think, are going to be very entertaining as well. And there was a third reason, I think, and if you remember, I did all the endings of Omori, but not all the routes of Omori. And in Omori, the different endings were relatively easy to get in a short amount of time. Not all the routes. That's why I didn't play all the routes in Omori. Same goes for Katawa Shoujo. No, but I mean, it's slightly different because all the routes are very long to get, but all the endings are also very long to get, because you have to beat every route for all the endings. Meanwhile, if there was one single other route for Mori that would give you an ending that's almost identical to another ending that we got in the route that we played during my Let's Play. Which is why I am not going to play the rest of Katawa Shoujo on YouTube. But I highly suggest you guys to play it for yourself, to play the other routes, to play Emi, Rin, Lilly, Shizune, and HANAKO, maybe, if you want to watch that spicy sex scene. Yeah. But I already think I like this game a lot, but I only played a fifth of what this game has to offer. So from what I've played, this game was very touching, very well written. That's probably its highest quality, and it's probably one of the quality you expect the most from a visual novel. You don't want a visual novel to be good, to have good graphics. You don't want a visual novel to have an amazing gameplay. When you play a visual novel, you want it to have a good story and to be well written. This game nails it. This game absolutely nails it. It was tough for me to make videos on this game because I had to talk for so long. It's not the game's fault, because you can play this game without talking. So I won't put that in consideration to how I feel about that game. But yeah, I think it would have, the times where I complained that it was taking so long and it was so much description. That's basic literature. That's how literature works. And the only reason that it was so long and bad for me is because I had to read it. And I said it didn't enter my rating, so I don't really have anything else beside that to complain about. There were like moments of, things happening, like Hanako's, outburst, and then at the end, the climax, and there was a lot of different thing, and it was like so realistic as well. Like, it portrayed human emotions so in a way I never have seen it in any other pieces of media. Like, this felt like real life. So yeah, this was amazing. This was great, and I can't wait to play the rest of this game. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about this game. Sorry for my very long rambling, but this is the Let's Play end rambling. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And I will see you for the next video. Kudos.